Hello everyone, this is the video titled as Crack the GATE exam without coaching in 100 days. It is being presented by me, Mahipal Singh, an alumni of School of Infrastructure IIT Bhubaneswar. I got AIR 253 at GATE 2014 by doing self-study for 60 days and AIR 9 at GATE 2015 by doing coaching at the Made Easy Delhi, which primarily for IES, but I also prepared for GATE together. These all are the marks that I get. Now this video will contain the preparation strategy for this exam, what to study, what not to study, what are the books you need to follow, or is there any requirement for the notes that you need to follow for this exam, or are you supposed to join any online test series, or how to revise the syllabus of GATE in the so less time. So this video will deal with all these questions. I'll try to answer most of them in this video. Now, first of all, I want to point out what is the big mistake that people do for this exam. I prepared for 2 years, and I came across the hundreds of people giving this exam, and I found all of many of them doing a very common mistake. So to explain this mistake, I have made a curve. The on y-axis I put the chances of selection, and on x-axis I put the content studied. So if you study less, there are very high chances that in exam you will see questions outside from what you have studied, and that will lead to very that will lead to the failure in your exam, because you will not be able to get less marks. Very obvious that. But even if you study too much, if you study a very high amount of content, you study a lot of informations, then also there is a problem. If you study too much, you will not be able to revise all of them efficiently, and if you will not be able to revise efficiently, then in exam you may be remembering that yes, I have studied this topic, but you will not be remember anything else for that topic. That itself, you will not be able to solve any question in exam if you haven't revised that topic at the end. So that itself will also reduce the chances of your selection. So better you stick to a very optimized level of content for your this exam. If you study too much, you will not be able to revise, and certainly your chances will be lesser. So it is better you fall in this optimized green zone for selections. And what I've seen, that many of the people are falling in this zone. They are studying unnecessary things which are certainly definitely not going to come in the exam, and they have not planned properly. If you have planned properly for this exam and you have studied whatever is required, there is definitely you can crack this exam. It's a relatively very easy exam compared to different IES exam or other UPSC conduct exam. Because okay, the most important thing I want to say, that do not study for knowledge but study for this exam only. Many people try to go with different ventures, and they study a lot of different things which are need for the research projects. They are not required for this exam. This is a very basic level exam, and there is no need to go through any advanced book or any advanced section to study. So this will be the main point in my strategy. You better fall in this optimized zone. Now, what this video or strategy will lead you, I cannot guarantee you a single digit rank or under 50 rank to this video, but if you follow this strategy, which is for 100 days, and if you dedicate yourself for these 100 days, certainly you will get your favorite branch in your desired IIT for higher education, for MTech or PhD, whatever you want, and definitely you will get an interview call in the most of PSUs. If your luck is very good, you may get rank under 50, or even get certain even get the single digit rank. But that is very rarest of rare. That requires a lot of other things to do. But if you follow this strategy, these two things I can really assure you, you will get these, until and unless your luck is really bad. And even luck plays a very major role in this. We will discuss about that in later. Now, the two crucial questions: what to study and what not to study. Uh, if you get the answer of these two questions as soon as possible, your the planning portion has already been done. Then only you have to execute. These plays a very vital role for the preparation: what to study and what to study. So, how can we get the answer? This video will deal about. Now, the step one is you better go to the GATE official website and download the syllabus from the official website. get a printout of that syllabus and read it 2 3 times. It's very important that you should be having a clear idea that what all are the subjects and what all are the subtopics that are going to come in your exam. uh, this line I said that given syllabus of the GATE is not merely illustrative but it is exhaustive in nature. Means the there is the UPSC IES exam and many other exams, they give a syllabus and they love to ask questions outside from that syllabus. But in case of GATE this is not this is different. In GATE whatever the given syllabus is there, you will get most of the questions from that. In from last 2 years I am looking that around 95 to 97% questions are from that syllabus itself. Now it only remain how much depth and width to cover, and for that you have to plan yourself that how much depth and width there is need to cover for any topic. This is the general information about GATE. It's a 1 3 hours exam. 65 questions will be there. 100 marks question. You have to attempt. You have to give almost 3 minutes to a question. There are the 65 questions are divided into three sections. First is the core subject like your civil engineering, mechanical engineering, or electrical engineering. It will contain 70 marks questions. Mathematics will be having approximately 50% contribution, and general aptitude, which have two sections, numerical and verbal. Numerical aptitude and verbal aptitude will be having around 8 and around 7 marks, so in total 15 marks. So the important thing here is that you can see around 30% marks are from 30% marks are from non-core subjects, so you should give a very good importance to these facts also. So for first 10 days, I would appreciate if you start with the engineering mathematics portion, because it is relatively easier than other, core civil engineering or core subject syllabus. It is quite easier than that. So the only books that I recommend is the Made Easy publication GATE Engineering Mathematics book. It is a very well written books, and the best thing about this book is it covers a comprehensive language to explain different concepts, and they are all last year solved examples are in this last year questions. So this is a very handy book, and it can be used for your preparation for engineering mathematics. I really recommend this. You should take this portion very seriously, because I have seen that most of the toppers are getting in this section around out of 14 around getting 14 or 13, out of 15 around getting 14 or 13 marks, or maybe 15. I got 15 out of 15 both times in 2014 and 2015. So you should give more importance and go through this very thoroughly to this book. After that you better move to numerical aptitude. As I said, the around 8 to 9 marks questions will be from this portion. This is a very easy portion, but still you should need to brush up the old concept of yours, the percentage profit loss. So there is nothing wrong to going through them once. So you better buy this book again, Made Easy publication, the GATE verbal and numerical ability book. It will be very helpful. It will not take much time, because it's simply 8 9 10th class mathematics. This engineering mathematics is also up to the level of 11th and 12th mathematics, and this is up to the 8 9 10th mathematics. It will not take much time, but you should at least go through this once. I really recommend you to make notes from this engineering mathematics portion, because it will be really helpful for revision at the end time. But there is no need to make separate notes for this portion. You can underline, or you can underline or mark some important concepts or formulas in this book itself. There is no need to make separate notes. For verbal aptitude there is no need to do anything. Even if you are very poor in English, there can nothing be done in 100 days. It's only 7 marks contribution. Even if your English is poor, you are definitely going to get 3 4 marks, and if your English is good, you may get 7 out of 7 marks. So there is nothing, really nothing can be done for the verbal ability portion. So you better stick to the numerical aptitude for the preparation of the general aptitude, nothing more. So in first 2 weeks you can able to finish the 30% syllabus, because this will contribute to 15% marks, and this will also contribute to 15% marks. After that, the main portion is about the main syllabus, your core subject, which is coming around 70% marks. So for next 2 months you have to go through these core subjects. And I really cannot give you a single book where you find 100% coverage of the GATE syllabus. But I used this book, Arihant publication book. The title is GATE Tutor, and it is really really useful. Even in 2014 GATE, I used this book comprehensively. The best thing about this book is that its syllabus, it covers almost 80-85% syllabus of the GATE exam. And this is a one fat thick book, where you can find all the important points, formulas in just one book. So it is really helpful. But there is a problem with this book, is that the some topics in these books are not being explained properly. Some are, they assume that we know those concepts, so they explain it in very hurry and didn't explain it properly. So if you feel uncomfortable with any portion, with any topic of this from this book, you better refer any reference book for that topic and read it from that. But when you are reading from a reference book, make sure that you do not overdo that topic. You do not study too much about that topic, or you should better stick to the area which is being covered in the Arihant book itself. Because if you study this book, Arihant is really helpful to understand about the width and depth of the topics that you need to cover. So this book, you can use this book directly, but if you can use this book directly for studying. But if you feel uncomfortable in any topics, then only you should refer any book from library. If you want some book list, you can go to Made site. There is a book list section. You can find important books that you need to follow, but still you can go through any reference book and understand that topic without overdoing or underdoing that topic. And at the end of any section in this book, this book is divided into the chapters, and those chapters are further divided into some sections. And at the end of each section there are some questions. So you attempt those questions, and if you are able to solve them easily, then there is no need to go to book. But still, if you feel uncomfortable with those questions, you better refer a book. Otherwise, you will have a problem in the exam time. So after covering topic by topic, and when you finish one chapter, one entire chapter, when you finish on one weekend, let's say Saturday, you should better make notes from that, whatever you have studied. uh, you should make notes from whatever you have studied from the Arihant book, or if you have referred anything, any other book, you should better make notes from that also. Do not include the questions that are in the books to that note. Only include the important concepts and the formulas, the important information, the facts. That all you have to include in your notes. But additional burden of the questions which are already in the book, there is no need to copy them in your notes. Make around 30-40 page notes for each chapter. When you finish this doing, let's say on Saturday, on Sunday you should solve last year questions from the chapter. For that, I recommend you again a Made Easy book, the Made Easy book for last 24 years GATE solved paper. This this book is very useful because it has explanation along with answers also. So you purchase this book and solve the questions for the concerned chapter, and check out your performance, how much you have studied, and is it conforming with the previous year questions or not. If you are able to solve the last previous year questions, then assume that your preparation for that topic has been completed. Because if you feel uncomfortable that you are not able to solve previous year questions, then I really suggest you better go to reference book again and understand topic more deeply. Because last year questions are the most important source for preparation of the GATE syllabus. Because around 25 to 30% questions are going to repeat. The concepts are definitely going to repeat. So you better stick to this and explore your preparation from taking basis of the last two questions. So it is very important that you go through the last year paper. After that, when you finish this, the last core subject also around in 2 months, because around there are 8 to 9 major chapters, and it will take 9 weeks to finish all these subjects. So when after 2 months when you finish this, it's around 1 month before the exam of the gate. So you better start revision. So you have, mainly 20 days for revision. Each I guess each chapter should not take more than 2 days to revise. So what I want you to do is to revise theory and formulas from your notes itself and the Arihant book, because you have made already your notes, and you better stick to that and revise the theory and formulas, and use the Arihant book for the questions, because you must have solved some questions from the Arihant book, and you must have marked them important, you haven't solved them at that time. So go through those basic questions and the theory and formulas from your notes itself. Then practice last 24-year questions again. This book I have mentioned, practice again this book, because it is very important. So you should practice. Let's say today we have pick up any topic, you have read the theory, you have memorized or mug up all the formulas, then you have attempted last 24-year questions from this chapter. Then the third step should be you should attempt test. There are certain online test series provided by Made Easy, IES Master, and many other coaching institutes, which provide the test chapter wise. So the best thing about that is, let's say now you finished one chapter, you can give a test exclusively to that chapter. So I want you to attempt test for that chapter also. This is the procedure that you have to follow for all the subjects, all the chapters. And once you finish this and have you attempted all the chapters, you will be very acquainted, you are very familiar with the environment of the gate exam, and that will be very helpful for a final execution in the exam. For the last 4 days, what I want, you should better stick to only formulas. Do not get panic, only revise and memorize and mug up the formulas, because this is the thing that you are going to forget in the exam. In the tension, in the panic, you are definitely going to forget these formulas, so you better revise them as much time as possible. We do not have time to derive formulas in the exam, so better, uh, if you are handy, if the formulas are on your tips, then it will be very very useful in the exam. And you should attempt 2 full tests daily for these 4 days. These tests are around same as a gate exam, 3 hour test. It will be very useful, to get familiar with the actual exam, the real time exam feeling. It is really necessary, otherwise your speed will not improve, and you will do a lot of mistake in the exam. So you should and you have to attempt 2 full tests daily, means total 8 full tests you have to attempt. And if you follow this strategy, which this is 100 days strategy, I can assure you, you will definitely get very good rank, and you will be getting the IITs or ISC, whatever you want, in whatever stream you want, and you may get the interview call for the PSUs.